Hello survivors, I hope you are well and I hope you're keeping safe. My name is Lauren Dube, also known as the Dynamite Survivor. Thank you so much for taking your time to tune in to my channel and watch this video. So today the purpose of the video is to take you on a personal journey of when I got diagnosed with breast cancer stage 4 at the age of 28. So I initially had concerns with my right breast in September 2014. So I realized that my right nipple was discharging blood. So it was mainly, small stains on my bra, on my pajamas, on my sheets. And at that time, I was a little bit concerned, and I told my mother, and my mother said, "Oh, maybe your body's going through some changes. Maybe you're going through some hormonal changes, just like any other woman." So at that time, I didn't really panic. I then realized that in 2015 that continued, and it was getting worse and worse. Every bra that I would wear, whether it's white, pink, red, black, I would see that there are stains, blood stains, and it was only on my right side. So that got me so worried, and I asked my mother to examine me because she's a medical professional. So she did a physical examination of my breasts, and she did not pick up any lumps, but we're both worried that why is your breast discharging blood. So I then went to consult with my primary GP, and my primary GP did an ultrasound, and he said that there are no lumps in my breast. So that was a relief at that time, and he referred me to a breast clinic at Johannesburg Hospital. So I went to Johannesburg Hospital, and I did an ultrasound as well and a mammogram, and they say that there are no lumps, they are not concerned, but there's something wrong with my milk ducts. So milk ducts is what produces milk when you're breastfeeding, basically. So they recommended that, because you're not in pain, there are no lumps, we will be doing 6 months checkups on your breasts. Which I was like, oh, okay, it's fine. You know what? I'm getting that medical attention, so that's fine. I went through 2015. I did those checkups. I went through 2016. I would go for my scans religiously because my mother would ask me, oh, is there any progress? Are you okay? Are you feeling fine? Are you feeling any lumps? And honestly, I wasn't feeling any lumps. Towards end of 2016, that's when I realized that my right breast was getting swollen, it was getting bigger, and I honestly went to Google like any other person would. I went to Google and I just read a lot of information. When you're menstruating, your breast sizes change, your lumps as well in your breast, they sort of get a bit bigger. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm just like any other regular girl. My body's just going through any changes. But that blood did not stop. The blood that was coming out of my nipple did not stop. Instead, it increased. And the more it increased, at a later stage, I started panicking. I started feeling a bit of anxiety, and I didn't know what is this, because the doctors are not saying anything. There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with my breast. They're not worried. It's just the milk ducts, and they don't have any formal diagnosis for that. They don't have any medication to stop the blood discharging from my nipple. Then life continued. Honestly, life just continued. And in 2017, I realized that, I could feel some lumps. I could feel that, my breast is honestly changing more and more. And I decided that at this point, I'm just going to go and get another consultation with my secondary GP. When I did that consultation, my GP confirmed that there are lumps in my breast, and this discharge is not normal, and she referred me to Park Lane Breast Clinic. And I went there after 3 days, and when I got there, the staff was really nice and friendly, and they were calming, and they said, most women, they don't realize that with any issues, you need to take it very, very seriously. and get it checked. So I had gone with all the paperwork that I had from my previous GP and from Johannesburg Hospital, so that they, have a history of what has been done and what scans and what has been picked up. And I did the ultrasound, and yes, it was confirmed that I have lumps on my right breast. And then I did a mammogram, and the mammogram confirmed that the lump was literally 60% of my normal breast size. So that's how bad it had grown, the lump. And my lymph nodes in my armpit, because it was so swollen and it was painful, I could not even do any arm exercises or lift anything heavy using my right arm. So that lady was assisting me booked me in for a biopsy. So a biopsy is a procedure where they get tissue from the body part that they are concerned or worried about. So they did that on the 1st of June 2017. And honestly, at that point, I was scared. I was literally so scared, and I was so anxious. I could not eat well. My sleeping patterns were disturbed, and I couldn't focus really on my day-to-day life, and the waiting was horrible. I waited for that call from the Park Lane Breast Clinic. They had said that they're going to give me a call within 2 days. 2 days passed by, no call. 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. On the 6th day, when I was at work, that's when the call came through. And unfortunately, it was not a positive call. It was a very negative call. And the nurse who called me, she said, "Are you able to come through to the breast clinic immediately? We have booked you an appointment for 2:30. And they called me around 11. And at that point, I knew that's definitely something is wrong, and my life. That phone call literally changed my whole life. That phone call literally changed my whole life, and I asked that nurse to talk to my manager so that my manager can release me, and I couldn't even drive to the hospital, and a very close friend of mine drove me to Park Lane. She drove me to Park Lane, and when I got to Park Lane, I had to wait a little bit, maybe about 20 minutes or so, and that wait was just the worst. The worst. So I went in to see a breast surgeon that afternoon, and it was confirmed that I have been diagnosed with breast cancer. And you can imagine the shock, the trauma that I was feeling at that time. I didn't know what to do with myself. And from that day, my life completely changed. My life honestly completely changed from the 6th of June 2017. My life completely changed. And unfortunately, my friend had to go back to work, and I was left alone. I called my mom. My mom was at work, and I called my sister. My sister then decided to meet up with me at my place. If I tell you that I walked from Park Lane Breast Cancer Hospital to my place, I was staying in Newtown at that time. I walked. I couldn't even Uber. I didn't think of Uber because I wanted to process that information. I wanted to process everything that I was told, that you are 28, you've been diagnosed with breast cancer, and we're referring you to an oncology clinic, and they're going to do further tests to check if the cancer has spread to other body parts and on what stage you are, and the oncology clinic are going to put you on treatment plan. I was numb. When I got to my place, my sister was there and she just prayed for me and she said, you know what, we are going to pull through this. But I didn't believe that I was going to pull through. I did not believe that I was going to pull through at all. And at that point, I called my manager and told her that, you know what, this is what is happening. I need time off because I have a lot of appointments that are coming up. I need to do bloods. I need to do scans. I need to be here and there. I need to sort of get to understand what is going to happen from now on. So I was given a bit of time off work to sort of understand what is the plan, what do I do from here, what is going on, what do I do from here. So I went to my oncology clinic in Rosebank and I was referred to Netcare to go and do a full scan. It's called a PEP scan, and the PEP scan picked up that my cancer unfortunately had spread to my liver. I didn't know that I could feel so much pain as a 20-year-old. I could go through so much as a 28-year-old woman. And honestly, when you're 28, all you're thinking of is traveling with your friends, building your career, making money, securing your future, getting married, having kids. Not breast cancer. No. That is what I was not expecting. It was not, I had never even thought of me in any point of my life being diagnosed with breast cancer. So, I decided, at this point, God has put this in my life and I need to put on my big girl panties and face it. There is no other way. I have to face my reality. And I went through a lot of paperwork, guys, having to sign consent forms to go through chemotherapy. Fortunately, my mom is a medical practitioner, like I've said, and I have a close friend or little sister who is a doctor as well. So whatever information I was getting, I was forwarding to them. I was showing them, is this the right thing? Do you understand this? What are the consequences of me doing this and all that? So I went to sign the consent forms for me to go through breast cancer treatment. That would be chemotherapy and radiation. And I started my chemotherapy end of June 2017. So when I started my chemotherapy, obviously I inquired what's going to happen because I'm young. In future, I want to have kids. I want to have a family. So what's going to happen with my ovaries, with my eggs? What's going to happen? So they explained that no, we're going to be giving you an injection that's going to put you in menopause. Chile at 28. Oh gosh, you guys, menopause at 28. Like, okay, it's part of the treatment plan. So I had options. It's either I go on that injection or I could freeze my eggs, but I could not afford to freeze my eggs because it's expensive, and the medical plan that I was on didn't cover freezing of eggs. And also my diagnosis was further. It was at a later stage. I was diagnosed with breast cancer stage 4. So with freezing eggs, they have to do some hormonal treatment before you freeze your eggs, and that would have increased the cancer increasing and growing in my body. So I decided, let me go for the injection. And the injection, honestly, is not nice. I'm still taking it even now. It's painful. It's painful. And my oncologist was very nice and sweet, and she explained that the cause of my cancer was a high level of estrogen in my body. So when I ovulate, I produce a very high level of estrogen, and that's why cancer cells formed in my body, and that's why the cancer increased at a very, very, very fast pace. So okay, fine, I started my treatment, and I had a good support system, my sister, my mother, my friends, my church, and at that time I had a boyfriend, and he was just a boyfriend, honestly. And I went through my first treatment end of June, and I had my first Zoladex injection to put me in menopause. Everything was fine at that point, and my treatment plan was for 6 chemotherapy sessions over a period of 6 months, and after that I had to get my right breast removed. So that was just, not nice knowing that. I went through the chemo June. I went through my first session, and my chemo was happening every 21 days. So I went through for my second session, and my hair started falling off. Luckily, before I even got diagnosed, I had cut my hair. I had gone short, so it started falling off, and my scalp was on fire. My scalp was on fire. My scalp was painful. It was dry, cracking, flaky, and my oncologist encouraged me to use coconut oil. Honestly, it was not working. It was not working. It was not working. My scalp was painful. My body was changing. My complexion was changing. Menopause comes with hot flashes. I was feeling hot. I was sweating all the time. And imagine you going through chemo. You still have to go to work. You have to manage your medical aid payments. And my medical aid was paying 80% of the treatment. So I had a co-payment of 20%. I had a bit of savings, but I knew it wasn't going to last me long. And my mom was helping me with some of the payments. The side effects that I mainly went through during my chemo: nausea, vomiting, I couldn't sleep, I had no appetite, I lost any sexual drive, I was always anxious and panicking, and I went through a phase of depression. So in August 2017, I turned 29, I traveled, and you know what, I was like, maybe, I won't pull through this, so let me go and have fun. I went and had fun in Sun City. It was a nice trip, and I needed it. But during my third chemo session, I could not go through with my third chemo session because my white blood cells and red blood cells were very low. So each time before you do any chemo session, they check your bloods to see if your immune system can take chemo. So my bloods were very low, and they had to postpone, and I had to take it a week later, 7 days later. So that was like another sort of setback, because I wanted to just get it over and done with. Honestly, let me just do this chemo and all my 6 sessions, and I do my surgery, and I do my radiation, and I get my life back. Unfortunately, this positive energy ran out around September, October. I went through a very, 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 very dark phase. I was highly depressed. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't eat. I couldn't bath. All I was doing is cry. If I'm not crying, my eyes were shining, shining with tears. That's how bad the situation was. And unfortunately, that phase was just so rough, and I don't even want to ever think about it, honestly, because I never thought that I would be so weak and vulnerable and helpless and powerless, and not even want to take care of myself, not even want to bath, honestly. And I was just crying to God and saying, God, give me strength. I need to pull through. And one thing that that hurt me the most, that made me, so depressed, was just the fear of my mother having to bury me. I'm the eldest in my family, so that was just my fear, that how will my mother take this? I don't want my family to go through this. And that just made me that made me so depressed. I was depressed, and I don't wish that upon anyone. I don't wish. I felt like, what? My mom and sister, they don't deserve this. They don't deserve to bury me. And one Sunday I went to church, and when I went to church, obviously I don't have hair anymore, so I would either wear a wig or a toque, and that Sunday I was wearing a wig. I went to church, and I was like, God, I need an answer. I need you to do what you promised me. God promised us healing, and I need that healing. I need you to come through for me. And your word says that by your stripes we're healed. Can you just please fulfill your promise to me? Just fulfill your promise to me. Can you just help me? I remember that Sunday, Mom Rev Mpamanga was leading praise and worship, and she sang this song. That song is a song that is so dear to my heart, because that song literally opened a different avenue in my life. It made me realize that there is a God in heaven. The song says, Shekinah, the glory is coming your way. And I was crying, saying that, God, could you please release my healing glory? I need this healing glory. I need this healing glory. There was an altar call that was called on that Sunday. I can't even remember whether it was healing altar call, whether it was marriage altar call, whether it was job seeking altar call. I just went to the front. I went to the front and I said, you know what? I want my leaders to pray for me, because the Bible even says that, is anyone amongst you sick? Call upon your leaders, call upon your pastors to lay hands upon you. And that's what I wanted. And I knew that, you know what, at that moment, God is going to hear my cry. God is going to hear my plea. I was not ready to die, guys. I was not ready to die. At 28, I never, guys. I never. No one deserves to live a short life. Kanchan, you? Not me. Nah. Nah. I was not ready. And you know what? That Sunday changed my life. That Sunday changed my life. That song, that healing glory, I could feel the heaven opening. I could feel God's glory coming down to touch me and remove me, show its light in my life. In my life, I saw that Sunday, just through that powerful song, through Mom Rev. That Sunday, I felt that hope. And I slowly came out of the dark place of depression. I slowly came out of, feeling sad and not wanting to do anything, not motivated with my life anymore. And I told myself that, you know what, girl, Uzola, you're going to fight. And the only way you're going to fight at this moment is by holding on to the word of God, by holding on to the promises of God, because God is not a man and he would not lie. God would not promise me healing and not deliver that promise. God would not promise me love and not deliver that love. God would not promise me provision and not deliver that provision. That is one thing that I held on to. I told myself, you know what, my finances are running out, it's fine, but God is going to provide. for all this treatment, for me to be able to complete this treatment. And I am going to one day say and speak about the power of God in my life. And here I am today. I went through my treatment, guys. The treatment, hi guys, it is not easy. I will not tell lies. I will tell you the truth. It's not easy. I was just always emotional most of the time, and having to work, people calling me, checking up on me, that just made me feel like, you know what, guys, like, Gobi. So everyone knows that when you hear the word cancer, honestly, if you hear the word cancer, what do you think of? You think of death, because that's what we know. And unfortunately, with Africans, we have this notion that there are some illnesses that are European illnesses. And I was one of those people that would say, you know what, with cancer, mostly cancer, into zabelungu, depression, into zabelungu, not me, not African, no. Unfortunately, I went through all that myself. And November, I did all my treatments. I was at my weakest. I had lost weight. I'm not sure. I have a small body. I'm not sure if you can see. I have a small body. Can you see my arms? I literally have a small body. And I lost a lot of weight. I was so tiny. And when I finished my treatment, I was weighing 49 kgs. So imagine my normal weight is normally 55 to 57. So I was now weighing 49 kgs when I finished my treatment. Early December, I finished all my treatment, and I had applied to study 2018 in Stellenbosch for my second qualification, and I pushed my doctors because my doctors wanted me to do my surgery in January 2018. And I was like, you know what, if I've finished my treatments and you have done all my scans, I've finished all my chemo, what are we waiting for? And they said, no, we need you to be strong enough, because this surgery is a big surgery. Remember, your cancer has spread to your armpit, it has spread to your liver, so it's not just a mastectomy, the removal of your breast. And I was like, no, I can wait 2 weeks. I think my immune system would be strong enough by then. Guys, during that 2 weeks, I was eating spinach, broccoli, celery, cucumber, fruit salad. I wanted my immune system to be strong because I wanted the go-ahead for me to do my surgery in December 2017. I just wanted it to be done, and I wanted 2018 to be a new start for my life. Let me start my life again. Let me pick up the pieces. Let me just go through everything that I need to go through. And unfortunately, my immune system was so weak. And I went through some challenges with my health. I got tonsils. I had never got tonsils in my life. I got tonsils. I was put on antibiotics for tonsils. I got thrush in my life. I've always known that thrush is it occurs more with pregnant women. I had thrush, and I was like, what is this? God, I just want to get this surgery done. And continue with my life. December 15th, I was booked to do my surgery. So I panicked when I got the date for my surgery, and I decided, you know what, I want to run away. I had an strategy ukuthi ngizobaleka kanjani 3 days before my surgery date. I had planned, you know what, I'm just going to pack my bags and I'm going to travel out of Johannesburg. I'm just going to travel, and I'll switch off my phone and I'll come back, after 2 weeks nyana, because I was scared, guys. When they explained the surgery, it's a removal of your breast. They need to remove lymph nodes, and they need to open you up from here to your belly button so that they access your liver and burn your liver or cut off the part of your liver that has cancer. So when I was preparing for my surgery, they told me that my chemotherapy was 70% successful, and I was so happy, guys. Even in my weakest state, I was like, you know what, I'm so happy this treatment was 70% successful. And my oncologist was like, you know what, if you're strong enough, we're just going to go ahead with the surgery, and you need to be off work for 6 weeks in order for you to recover fully. So I went in for my surgery at Donald Gordon Hospital. The surgery was scheduled for 8.5 hours. Imagine you are 29, I had now turned 29, I've never been hospitalized, I've never had a surgery in my life, I've never even had a tooth removed. Guys, I had never even had a tooth removed. So I was panicking on the morning. I went and did a bit of admin and signed some forms, some consent forms, and my little sister was with me. We signed the forms, and I was prepared for admission. Yay! They checked my blood. I don't even know how many people came to draw blood from me. I'm sure 7 to 10 people came. No, we need blood for this. We need blood for this. That was like within 1 hour, 30 minutes. Somebody coming to my bed. We need blood for this. 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 And I was like, what is going on here? Am I even going to wake up from this surgery? I was so scared. I was literally scared. And my sister was just praying over me, and my mom came later on to hospital, and they prayed over me. We prayed, declared healing. We prayed over the team, my breast surgeon and my oncology team. We prayed for all of them, and we're like, God, may you lead this process. May you be the surgeon. May your Holy Spirit come. May your angels be with me. And we spoke a prophetic word that, you know what, this will be a completely successful surgery and there will not be any complications. We spoke that prophetic word, and at that point, honestly, I was just praying because it's normal for anyone to pray if you're going into hospital. But emotionally, Bengila, I was scared. I was so scared. And I went through the surgery, and the surgery was 8 hours 30 minutes. But before I went through, when they were pushing me into theater, so they allowed my mom and my sister to sit in the waiting room. So when they were pushing me, and unfortunately went into a panic attack. I had never experienced a panic attack in my life. I felt like I cannot breathe. I felt like like I could not breathe. And the guy who was pushing me into theater, he said to me, you know what, you are young, you're going to survive this. We have seen people who are older than you who survived this. So try and calm down. And he did breathing exercises with me, and he did I don't know what he was doing on this part of my neck. Say, this is going to help you to relax, and he did that. And I went into my surgery about 20 minutes late because of that panic attack. The surgery was a success. And when I woke up, I was a bit and the first thing that I said, I called my sister by my full name, and I was demanding, please call some So when I woke up, and the doctors were like, oh no, we need to check your vitals, we need to check your blood pressure. And I was like, I cannot wait, please call some So they called my sister while they were still checking my vitals and my blood pressure. And when they called my sister out with my full name, my sister panicked, because we don't call her by a full name, we call her Samu. She panicked. She thought, oh no, she didn't make it. So when she walked into the room with my mother and my aunt and my other cousin sister, my sister was like, when can't we appeal? Why manje bethi samkeli Solana? Why are they calling me with my full name yet? Yet you are alive. And my first line that I said was, Ngivukile. I woke up because I did not believe that anyone could be put under for 8.5 hours and wake up. I didn't believe that I was going to wake up from that. And with medical issues, guys, I don't trust those things. Anything can go wrong. And I woke up and I was scheduled to stay in hospital for 10 days, and I was only kept for 4 days because I was stable and everything was going well. My vitals were well. I was responding well to the treatment, and they had no concerns at all. My high blood pressure was fine. My heart rate was fine. I was eating well, and everything was fine. So I was discharged on the 4th day for me to go and continue with my recovery at home. So I went and continued with my recovery at home, and I was given some medication, pain medication. I was given some injections that I was getting. My mom was injecting me every morning for 10 days in order to increase my blood flow, because if you are from surgery, you cannot do a lot of movement. So they wanted my blood flow to be fine and for me not to develop any clots at all. So I went through that process, and unfortunately, when you have that surgery, there's a drain that they stick up close to your armpit that drains excess water and all that. That was so uncomfortable, guys, because you literally have to carry that thing. You must make sure that it doesn't pull off. If you are bathing, it doesn't, get messed up or whatever. And I had a bandage from here to my belly button as well, because they opened up my tummy and they bent the liver as well, the part of my liver that had cancer. And I had a bandage from here to here and that drain, and I removed that drain after 7 days. I went to the breast clinic and I removed that drain after 7 days, and they had put in some bandages that are waterproof, so they removed those. They changed those bandages as well. And fortunately, and I feel that I was just so blessed. I was just so blessed. My recovery was simple and smooth. I recovered well from the surgery, and I was then scheduled to start my radiation. So radiation mainly focuses on killing any other cell that is left in your body. Remember, with chemotherapy kills both healthy and unhealthy cells. So that's why it's so brutal. That's why it's so bad, and it's important for you to freeze your eggs if you're a woman, or if you're a man, get the treatment that you need to protect your sperm. And I went through my radiation. So radiation was for 6 weeks, Monday to Friday. You go through under this machine where they bend this part of my chest and up to here in my neck. So they were just bending that part with radio frequency. That process, guys, honestly, it's not painful at all, but it bends literally. I thought there are some sun rays that are coming out of the machine, because even your skin tone changes, your chest, your complexion changes completely. It goes to black. And during that process, I developed blisters on my armpit. I was recommended some ink that I can apply, and during that process, you're not allowed to use soap on this area as well. So you just splash it with water and wipe it off, and you only use like unscented lotion, like Aqua's cream that has no perfume. So that was what I was using. The only side effect from the radio therapy radiation was fatigue. Honestly, it makes you so tired. It makes you very tired. And I went through that process. There was a day when I was so tired, guys, because I was doing those sessions after work. So I was so tired, and I asked my sister if I can just call her while I drive home so that I don't sleep on the wheel. I was just so tired. Benkatele, guys, benkatele, like emotionally ngikatele, financially ngikatele, physically ngikatele, spiritually ngikatele, because I am fighting. I just want this to be over. And with all this treatment, I was owing monies. I was owing my doctors monies. I was owing a lot of money. I was owing a lot of money. I'll have a separate video on how finances are impacted, on how finances change when you're getting your breast cancer treatment. And that time I felt like, you know what, get broke, guys. I was just so broke. I remember there was a time when I was actually going to Spa to get that aerial for my TV because I couldn't even afford DSTV, guys. I couldn't afford it. DSTV. And one of my friends was kind enough to say, no, girl, don't worry, I got you. She gave me money to pay my DSTV, and I could watch Isba and Ami and About the Queen and all that. And I finished my radiation, and I put on my flower at the radiation clinic as a breast cancer survivor, survivor. Hola! Woo! Woo! Guys, I defeated the cancer, I defeated it. Defeat cancer. Cancer 0. Baby girl 10. Cancer Tony. Baby girl. Guys, I was happy. I was overjoyed. I was so happy that, you know what, yes, I had some hurdles here and there during my treatment, getting some infections here and there, my sessions being postponed, financial issues, depression, you know, and my relationship that I was in at that time, guys. Hey, guy, what happens to guy? Like, but mina got years in. As long as ngiphila, as long as if I am alive, ngithi Jehova umkhulu, akekho fana nawe, izibongo zonke sinikeza wena simakade. There is no other way I can explain it, guys. Like, ayikho enye indlela. And with this, I want you to say to you, uNkulunkulu ukhona. God is alive and God is a healer. No matter what illness you're going through, chronic illness that you're going through, you need to tap into that glory. Just give yourself time to be still. To hear the word of God, and allow people that are around you to give you that support, to give you that strength, to give you that revelation of healing. And the most important thing is that you need to pray over your medical team. You need to pray over your medical team, guys. You need to pray over your medical team, because those people, yes, they are professionals, but if they don't have the Holy Spirit, if they don't have uNkulunkulu, anything can go wrong. Anything can go wrong, guys. Because I remember my first chemo session, they were supposed to give me the Zoladex injection to protect my ovaries and my eggs, and they forgot. And during the session, my sister asked me, what happened to that injection that they said they're going to give you? Did they give it to you? And I was like, they didn't. And guys, my sister, she fought and said, give her now. And they were like, no, we can't give her now because she started the treatment. And my sister was like, give her now. Guys, pray. And if you're not a believer, that's fine. Do whatever you believe in. If you believe in the underground gang, do what you need to do. If you believe in, do that. Because there is no other way. And you know, there are some things that we come across in life that are beyond our human strength. We don't just fight, you know, things that are within our control. Some things are not within our control. Some things are completely out of our control, and you need a supreme power to take control. You need a supreme power to shine its light upon whatever situation that you're going through. So with that said, guys, I want to introduce to you my very best friend, because I had my right breast. You can see my left breast. This side is flat. I don't have a breast. I opted not to go for reconstruction. One, because reconstruction, they take back muscle, and I have a very small body. I don't have any back muscle. And number two, if you're going to put in the plastic one, I was just so skeptical that, you know what if it's not of the same size, and then what happened? They can't reverse that they can't reverse size. So I decided I'm going to be wearing breast form for the rest of my life. And this is my breast form. Her name is Pinky. So I just put in Pinky in my bra like this. Let me show you. I'm not wearing a bra though, because I just wanted you guys to see. You see? So you just put it in, and yeah, nobody would be able to tell that, you know what, you don't have a breast. You only have one breast. And guys, I love Upinki. I love Upinki. I have 4 of them, but this one is my favorite because the tone and the color, it's like caramel, and it's very smooth, and it doesn't affect me in any way. It doesn't move up and down when I'm wearing a bra or anything like that. It's the best that I've had, and I'm hoping that I got this was a gift from my breast surgeon. She gifted me with 2 of these after my surgery, because she was like, you know what, you fought this, you were so strong, you've had your lows, you were depressed and all that, but you pulled through. Even with finances, you were open with us that you are able to pay this amount, you're not able to pay this amount, and we agreed on plans on how to do this. With any question, you were also so proactive with reading, and your faith has pulled you through. So if there's anything that I want to tell you guys from today's video, if you're going through any cancer treatment, if you're waiting for any results, if you're going to be going through any mammogram, if you're waiting to go for a biopsy, or you're doing radiation, there is hope. There is hope, guys, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I know with losing any body part, you lose your self-esteem, you feel unloved, you don't feel normal, you feel like, you know what, you're not worthy of it, you're not worthy of love, your confidence, your self-esteem just goes down. But trust you me, you need to have that comeback. It come back, people will be like, are you there, sure? Are you the one that was crying? Are you the one that could not even bath? Are you the one whose complexion changed completely? Are you the one? Have that, you know what, powerful survivor comeback. And that comeback now, it's unmatched. No one would ever replace it, because you have faced death, you have faced fear, and through whatever belief that you believe in, you have conquered. You have conquered. And to my fellow breast cancer survivors, guys, we are strong. We are strong, and well done. And I know even after cancer treatment and your radiations, we still go through medical checkups, you still go through treatments, but going through chemo is like you have survived a life. You have survived life, you have survived a lot of battles. And I encourage anyone who has watched this video, if you are feeling that you are depressed, you have no purpose, you have no drive to go through with your treatments, you are feeling down and low, and there is no way that you're going to pull through, you're going through financial issues, you're going through loss, because you're losing a part of your life, you're losing, normality, you're losing a body part, and but trust you me, hear it from me, I've been there, I've done it. There is hope, there is light, and I am sending you lots of strength. I am sending you healing, I am sending you provision, I am sending you hope for you to hold on and fight. Hold on and fight. And remember that you need to always channel your mind and your thoughts. Make sure that you fill your mind with positivity, you fill your mind with healthy thoughts, and you reach out for support. Reach out for support from your family, from your friends, from your close colleagues, from your social media friends as well, if you have any social media friends. And make sure that you are showered with love, because you need love. during this time of your life. You need love. You cannot go through this process and conquer and be happy and live life afterwards without love. And if you feel you cannot go through this and there's no one that you can talk to, you can reach out to therapy. I know there are free online therapy services that you can access as well. I was going through therapy during my ordeal as well. I went through therapy from the beginning to the end. I went through therapy. I was getting therapy every 2 weeks because it was a shock to everyone, and I was going through umugo, guys. I was going through it, and I reached out for support, therapeutic support as well, which was very helpful. I was seeing a psychologist as well. That was really helpful, guys. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as I always say, choose faith over fear. Choose faith over fear, and happiness is on the other side of fear. And remember that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a spirit of love and control. So you have control over that situation, and God's love will pull you through this situation. Thank you so much, my survivors, for watching, and I will go deeper with this. I will unpack chemotherapy, side effects, finances, relationships, life after conquering, life after surviving breast cancer stage 4. Guys, stage 4 is one of the, like, sila stage la siphezu kwakho, like it's one of the highest stages, and I will go through all that with you in the coming videos. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below on any questions or on any topics that you would want me to tackle, and also subscribe. And most importantly, I want to challenge each and every person who's going to watch this video to share this with anyone, because you don't know who needs hope, whether that person are going through cancer challenges, whether they're going through other health challenges. Somebody needs to hear my voice. Somebody needs to hear my experience. Somebody needs to understand that it's normal for you to go through that anxiety. It's normal for you to go through depression. It's normal for you to go through the negative emotions when you're going through life challenges, but don't unpack and live there. Make sure that you go through that and pull yourself out of that situation. The way you can pull yourself out through that situation is listening to healing sermons, listening to positive sermons, listen to other people who have survived the same ordeals. Reach out to your family and friends, get therapy, get your leaders to pray for you, and honestly tell yourself each and every minute of your ordeal to, I am going to pull through this. I don't know how, but I am going to pull through this. That is very important for you to have positive self-talk when you're going through life challenges. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. I will see you on my next video, and please subscribe and continue surviving, because on this channel, on this train, we are surviving. We are survivors. Thank you. See you later. Bye for now.